Hey, 8th grade, this is Miss Harkness. This video is to go along with Lesson 411, Constant Rate. Here in this video, I want to introduce you to my friend Jamie. Jamie loves to travel, and Jamie is going to be the story for our scenario today. So let's move him aside and talk a little bit about how much Jamie likes to travel. Here we have our scenario. It says, Jamie travels 130 miles every day to get to work, which is 2 hours away. What distance can he go in 6 hours, in T hours? You would expect to see a problem like this in a Eureka textbook. So let's visit his distance, 130 miles, and his time, which is 2 hours. So his constant rate is distance over time. Now if I simplify this, I get 65. His rate is 65 miles per hour. Or my equation, y equals 65 t. Now we're not used to seeing t, so I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite it as y equals 65x. The problem tells me that I need to do it in terms of t in t hours, so this would be my correct answer, but I'm more comfortable writing it this other way. We will revisit our equation, y equals 65x. Let's create a table so we can model this. So x, y equals 65x. Now here's the thing, when you're graphing, you usually get to choose your x values. It's your independent variable. But in this case, I'm going to tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So y equals 65 times 1, 65. Y equals 65 times 2, 130. Y equals 65 times 3, it's 195, and so on. Always remember, for it to be a line, you need 3 points. We have 3. Now let's look at this, because we've just created 3 ordered pairs. We've got our 1, 65. That's one of our ordered pairs. 2, 130. And 3, 195. So when it comes to my graph, I'm going to graph these. I get to choose the intervals I want for my x and y axis. So for the bottom, let's call this 0 hours. It's the origin. We'll call this 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. And then over here on the left, I'm going to count by, I don't know, 25? And so on. I've plotted my 3 points, and then if I were to connect them, you'll see that it is linear. Okay, so what can we take away from this video today? First, you want to find the rate. And that constant rate is distance over time. Secondly, when we make our equation, we're going to use the same format of y equals kx, where k is my rate. So whatever that rate was from this first part, you put into that spot in my equation, and that will give me an equation that I can then use for part 3, which is graphing, where you got to find the ordered pairs. Once you've found the ordered pairs, plot them, and you can move on to the next equation. Some of these rates are going to be fractions, and so you want to be careful to choose your x values that will make the fraction easy to work with. So that's just using compatible numbers to choose the x value that you want to use. You are given some freedom and choosing your x values on some of these equations. All right, that's all.